Hi and welcome. In this video I'm going to show you how I knitted this really cute top. It's really easy to make, so if you'd like to see how I did it and try to make one yourself, just keep on watching. So first, here is the yarn that I'm using. And I use a circular needle, which is 2.5 millimeter. So first I'm going to start with casting on my stitches, and I do that by just pulling out some thread, as you can see me doing here. And I'm going to knit the waistband first, and I want mine to be about 65 centimeter long. So for me that means I'm going to have 182 stitches. So here I'm going to show you how I cast on my stitches. So you just want to continue doing this until you have as many stitches as you want. And this is what it's going to look like. So now I have all of my stitches, and we're going to start knitting them. So I'm going to start with a purl stitch, and then I do another purl stitch because the first stitch is just the edge, and then I do a knit and a purl, and I just repeat that sequence all the way to the end. This is what it's going to look like. So you just want to do one knit stitch and one purl stitch all the way to the end. So now here, when you get to the end, just going to follow the sequence still. So the very last stitch I'm not going to knit. I'm just going to grab it like this, and this is what you're going to do every time you end a row. And now I'm going to show you how I'm going to start every row. Just going to go into the first stitch, which we did not knit, and then we're going to do a purl stitch, and that will create a really nice edge. And then you're just going to follow the pattern. So we do one purl stitch and one knit stitch, just purl above purl and knit above knit, so we create these lines. This is what it looks like. So now you're going to do a little knitting sample, which I've made here, so that you can figure out how many stitches you have on 10 centimeters. And I had 28 stitches. And you're also going to measure your bra cup, and mine is about 24 centimeters. And then I do this calculation, and I now know that I'm going to need 67 stitches on each of my cups. So here I just marked with the white thread, I've marked the middle and where my cup needs to end and begin. And with the orange I have marked the middle of my two cups. So now, and I made a total of 28 rounds at this point, and it's about 8.5 centimeters long, my waistband. And here I'm just closing the stitches. like this. So this one can look like, and you're just gonna close all the stitches till you get to here. And then I can just remove the thread. And then I just need to close one more stitch, just like that. So now I'm just going to knit and just follow the pattern. So I'm still doing rib, I'm just doing 1 purl and 1 knit. Like this. So now I'm going to do 1 knit and 1 purl stitch all the way to this thread. Just follow pattern, just going to ignore the other threads, just going to knit up, over them. So I will meet you back up at this point. So just like this, and then you're just going to close the stitches when you get to the end, like this. So now we're just going to attach the thread again. And now I'm just gonna make a row where I just knit all the stitches. Just do 1 purl and 1 knit stitch. And we're gonna do this all the way to the end. I'm just knitting above the threads, and here I'm still doing the edge stitches. Just wanted to show you that. So we're going to have nice edges everywhere. So now I'm just gonna knit into this point, like this. So now we're going to do our first decrease. So I'm going to go into the first 2 stitches here, and then I'm going to knit the next stitch as a knit stitch, and then I pull these 2 stitches over the knit stitch, and these 2 stitches I pull over, we have not knitted, just like that. I hope that makes sense. I'm going to show you one more time. So we've done an increase, we've done a decrease. So here you're just going to, so when you get to the middle, you're just going to close 1 stitch, just like that. And then you're going to knit over to here. And I'm just going to show you the decrease again. We take these 2 stitches, knit 1 stitch as a knit stitch, always, and pull the other 2 stitches over the stitch we just knitted. So that's how we're going to do the decreases, and it create a really nice pattern. I'll go ahead and finish this row. Now I'm just going to knit the first cup, and that's why we closed 1 stitch at the middle. So you can see they have been separated. So now we're going to make 1 row like this, and I'm just going to grab this and knit it as my edge stitch. Just like that. So I'm just gonna knit into the middle. So now here you can see that my middle row has become a purl stitch, and I just wanted to show you that if you accidentally make that happen, how you can easily just make it to a knit stitch like this. So it doesn't really matter if you accidentally knit it as a purl stitch at the back side. because you can easily just make it as a knit stitch again, because you want that to be just one nice line. Yeah, so now you're just gonna finish this row and you're gonna knit into the middle like this. So now we're gonna do with a decrease on the back side, and I do that just by knitting one stitch and pulling the next two over, and then I turn my work, because then we can do it as we did on the front side. I just find that the easiest way to do it. And I also just grab the knitted stitch, and then I pull the two loops over my knitted stitch, and then I just put it back on the needle with the knitted stitches. So I hope that makes sense. So you're actually just doing the same as when you're doing it on the front side. So that's how you're going to do your decreases on your front and back side. So I'm just gonna finish this row like this. So this is what it looks like. So you're going to make 2 rows, and then you're going to do another decrease. And now I have shown how to do the decrease at the front and the back. And I'm going to continue making these decreases in this pattern. So I'm going to knit 2 rows and then do a decrease for about 9 centimeters. So I also showed you in the video where I measured my bra that the length of my bra is about 16 centimeters. So you're going to just take the half of that number, so that is 8, and take 1 more centimeters, so that is 9 for me. And then we're going to knit every other row and then do a decrease for 9 centimeters. And then when you have done that, then you're just going to start decreasing in every other row. So you do 1 row and then do a decrease, and then just repeat that until you have 3 stitches left, like this. So this is what it looks like, and that's actually just how you're going to do the cups. And I'm just going to do the strap, and I just do that by knitting these 3 stitches until it's long enough. And my straps was about 30 centimeters long. So just do 2 edge stitches and then the one in the middle, and I just knit them back and forth. Just like that. Just going to continue that until it is as long as you need it to be to fit you. So mine was about 30 centimeters. And when you've done that, you're just gonna knit the other cup. And now I'm going to make this strand here in the middle on the back side. And I just put in a thread so I can see how long I need it to be, just to try it on. And I also measured the length of my straps. So we're also going to sew the straps on. And here I'm just making sure that it's not twisted. You just take a needle and just sew it on. Just like that. And also do the other strap. And then I'm just gonna hide all of the tails. Like this. And now I'm going to crochet the strap here in the middle. So I just take a 3.5 crochet hook, make a little knot, and then I just start pulling the thread through the loop to create a strand. So my strap is about 104 centimeters long. And I'm just going to put it in, and I just also do that by using my crochet hook. I just tie a knot at the end of the threads like this. So now when I try it on, it looks like this, and it's just really pretty. This is what it looks like. So now it's totally optional, but I wanted mine to be a bit different, so I'm going to just sew this together like this. But this is optional if you like it the way it is. I just find like I got a little more support when I did this. So here you can see I just have a needle and then the yarn, and I'm going to sew it together for about 3 centimeters, and that is the last step. So when you're done with sewing this little gap up, if you want to, you can just try it on and see if you want to do it or not. Then your top is done. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video tutorial, and I hope you're going to try it out. If you like me, there's more content from me on my channel, where I do a lot of knitting tutorials. So once again, just thank you so much for watching, and see you next time. Bye.